Welcome, One Family. I'm Tony DeLorenzo.
And I'm Elisa.
With the beautiful Elisa. Hey, we wanted to jump on quickly here today because coming up this Thursday, November 9th, we're putting on a workshop called Love Deeper. And many of you may have seen it, but kind of wondering what's entailed when we talk about the assessment and then the report that we're going to be going over. So we wanted to just share that with you here tonight. If you have any questions, you can ask. And even if you're watching this after we're live, don't hesitate to hit the comments and ask. So I'm going to turn it over to Lisa so she can just go through our assessment and our report that we have just briefly, just to show you what it is, what you can expect once you're doing it, and then get you guys signed up and ready for the workshop coming up, like I said, this Thursday, November 9th.
Now, the idea behind us presenting this workshop to the One Family really came about because I've been using this assessment with my coaching couples individually, right? It's been one of those things where, over the years, we've been trying to figure out what's the best tool for the one extraordinary marriage family, for the one family to be able to say, okay, you know what, like we're having conflict, or we don't quite know how to handle this. There's all the different personality tests, and you can talk about DISC profiles, and you can talk about ENFTJ, which is the Myers-Briggs, and you can talk about these different things, but what's the one really designed for marriage? And that's what I'm holding here in my hand. You can see it says Symbis. This is actually our assessment. We went and took it. We don't do anything, or we don't present anything that we haven't done ourselves. And so the reason that I love using this assessment with my coaching couples, and the whole reason we're building it into the Love Deeper workshop, is on the surface, it's actually kind of a fun report to look at. Lots of color. You can see different here, different percentages. And don't freak out. Look, Tony and Elisa, 60 and 67. You know what? And we're at 21 years.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up is because some people are like, what do those numbers mean? And we're going to be talking about all of that. The thing about this Symbis assessment, it's going to talk about things like, your sex life. Oh my goodness, Tony and Lisa bringing out an assessment that talks about your sex life? Yes. We're going to talk about your time, strategies, how the two of you view time. Tony and I, when we first did this, he looked at ours and he's like, that explains everything. And it did, almost down to pinpointing us.
Personality of who you are and who your spouse is, and being able to see that and recognize it. And then in your own marriage, how are you able to love deeper in that situation? And I will tell you, like Elisa said, after 21 years looking at our own report, it's eye-opening at times. You're going like, really? And it explains so much at the same time, because it's sort of there. That's who your spouse is, and that this is who you are. And this gives it some concrete, yes, this is who we are. And it's not to cause friction between you two. That's not what this is about. This isn't to cause friction between you two and go, oh, well, that's you, and point fingers, and that's, no. This is to see it and then go, okay, how do we work together so that we can love deeper? And I just want to throw this in there. Go check out, we have a full page for you to learn even more what's involved. You can go to oneextraordinarymarriage.com/love deeper. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're taking a small group, honestly, for this first workshop. Elisa is a certified facilitator of Symbis Plus. So she knows what she's doing. She's done it plenty of times with couples. But we want to make this a smaller group, an intimate group, so we can work through some of these. Because you got to once you sign up, you are going to be sent a link to the assessment.
And this is one of those parts that gets you involved in learning about your marriage, right? We often talk on the show or here on Facebook about the fact that you've got to get involved in your own miracle, right? You've got to get involved in the relationship. You can't just sit on the sidelines. And so, like Tony said, you're going to get a link, and in that link, it's going to have, you're each going to get a link, right? Everybody's got to submit their email address, and you're going to go to the assessment. It takes about 30 minutes.
Okay, so, and you even get to put your own picture right there. Put your own picture so you personalize this thing. And like Elisa was saying, it's going to take about 30 minutes.
Right, and it's all, clicking boxes on your computer screen, but it's taking you through things like expectations, which Tony and I talk about expectations a lot. There's still categories as I look at our expectations page, where, see down here, there, other side, disconnect on expectations. You're gonna get the personality part where not only is it gonna like give you the visual representation, but it's also gonna go into explanation. And
funny thing about this one, Lisa like really pointed this one out to me. She goes, you see where we're at? Like I'm up here and she's,
no, that's me.
Yeah,
that's
Elisa and that's me down there. And she's going, oh, a lot of my coaching clients, they're much closer together. So it's, you know, we're all
21 years.
We've all been made differently. And so this helps you out. Have any of you ever taken one? I'd be interested in knowing if anybody's ever taken a marriage assessment like this before. Just hit in the comments and say yes or no, because that really helps us to understand where you guys are at.
Another key aspect of this particular assessment, and one of the reasons why it's what I've chosen for the one family, is that this assessment truly hits on all the different intimacies, right? Yeah. Some of the assessments that you'll see out there will really only focus on like your emotional side, right? Like how do you communicate and maybe, you know, some of the personality things, but it won't talk about finances. Finances are in here. Yeah. This one talks about sex. Like I said before, it talks about your spiritual intimacy. It talks about your recreational intimacy, in addition to your emotional intimacy. So it's not just like, well, let's just talk personality. It's like, no, let's get in, like we do here in the one family. Let's get into everything, and let's use this as a tool. And that's the whole reason we're presenting it in a workshop format, right? So you're gonna go to oneextraordinarymarriage.com/lovedeeper. You're gonna get signed up. You're gonna get the link to the assessment. You're going to take the assessment, and then within 48 hours you're going to get your results.
You're going to get this report, 19 pages of it, emailed to you. So you guys are going to have your own report for the workshop. And just as a heads up, I don't think we made this clear, it is an online workshop. So you will get a link to the workshop platform that we're using as well to come on. We're going to go live, go over all this stuff. And then once we're done, you'll have a recording of that workshop. So you can go over this. If you can't make the whole thing, you only make, if you can make the entire thing, that's great. But maybe there's a piece that we go over that you need to dive into a little bit more. You need to ask some more questions about. You're looking at that. So we'll have that for you.
Absolutely. And so it's going to be a way for the two of you to have this wealth of information. And that's what my clients love about it. They're like, oh my gosh, there's so much. Hey, Missy, good to see you. So much that's in here. But I'm going to go, Tony and I are going to go through in that workshop and just talk about each one of the sections, giving you understanding around them. So you're not like, great, Tony and Lisa, thank you. I have 19 pages.
What do I do with it?
What do I do with it? Right? And so we're going to say, here's how you can use this. Here are some of the conversations that you can have around these particular areas. And in addition to it, it's a way to say, you know what, here we are. Like, can I be real honest for a second? It's November, which means that in the next, I think we're like 50 days or something like that, 60 days out from Christmas. It's coming. This next period of time is going to be
less than 60.
Okay, it's less than 60.
Yeah.
We're probably like 50. I don't know. Somebody will hit us up in there, but it's this many days. But Christmas is coming. The holiday season is coming. Things are going to get really crazy busy in your lives. It just is. It's this time of year. Everybody's going to be busy. What if you had an understanding of how best to communicate with your spouse, how you guys want to handle finances, how they're wired to know that you can actually not just make this holiday season better than it's ever been, but to launch 2018 into your best year ever, right? That's what this tool is going to do. It's already happening with the couples that I coach one-on-one. We just finally got to the point where we said, you know what? Let's do this for the one family. Let's do a group workshop so that other folks, that maybe aren't doing one-on-one coaching, but are like, you know what? I think we could use that. I could definitely use that information. I mean, trust me, I was looking through this. There was some stuff that, while I kind of maybe knew about Tony, seeing it spelled out in black and white, I'm like, we need different strategies there.
Yeah. So we'd love to have you join us for this Love Deeper workshop. Like I said earlier, we want to have an intimate group. It's our first one. It's an online workshop. And in this way, we can really go through this with you guys. It's our desire to just make sure that you understand what's happening and how to use it best for your marriage. And then as we move forward in 2018, we plan to have them again. And every time we do have it, if you've already been part of the group, you're going to be notified. So that way, if you want just a little refresher, you want to go back through your report with us as we go through another workshop, you're going to be welcome in. So like Lisa just put over there in the comments there, just go to oneextraordinarymarriage.com/love-deeper. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll get you answered. But we'd love to see you on Thursday, November 9th for the Love Deeper workshop. We love you guys. Have a fantastic evening. If we can help you in any way in your marriage, don't hesitate to reach out. We love you guys. Take care. Bye.